Okay. I know you've read or heard about that game, movie, or comic, blah, blah, but you haven't heard it from us. So chill, relax, let us talk all about it before you log off.
The thirst is absolutely real, everybody. I am Sir Aaron Carter, and you're listening to Before You Log Off. And of course, as always, I'm here with the internationally known Steven Gutierrez.
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
And the man of a million memes, Jerry Pixelated P.
Really? Is it again? Hey.
You're fine. That's terrible.
Pixelated P sounds like a terrible porn name.
You know what?
Yeah.
Now that I think about it and I roll it
it's
back,
Japanese porn. It's always pixelated.
that's disgusting, sir.
Uncensored, Jerry. Uncensored.
We are off to a great start, everybody. Banging.
Episode 69.
We're on 71. We're way past that, sir. We're way past that tonight. Rachel has taken the day off because she has life things to go through, and of course, when life comes at you fast, you gotta. What's the commercial? I've already forgot the commercial.
Wow, there goes your whole bit.
Yep, there's my whole bit. It's gone.
Your whole bit. Live television.
Yep, there it is. That's why I couldn't be on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Life comes at you fast.
Yeah.
Diarrhea?
No, it's a MasterCard thing or something. I can't remember this stupid thing. No. And I shouldn't even done that.
In good hands?
Yes, I should have done that one because America thinks my deep, sultry voice makes me safe, like the Allstate man. Are you in good hands?
Wow.
Yeah. Clip that one out and sue me for that one.
They will, because that belongs to Dave Chappelle and the SNL skit.
That's fine. I mean,
and then the Allstate guy.
The Allstate guy.
Waiting to exhale guy.
Indeed, which have you seen that movie?
I have not, actually. It's on the list of movies I need to watch.
Well, then there you go. Why is it on the list of movies you need to watch?
And how long is this list?
Because I haven't seen it. There's actually a lot of movies on that list here.
Good Lord.
Movies.
Marathon night.
Yeah, we're not having a Waiting to Exhale marathon night. I promise you.
It's not as bad as Rachel's list.
Yeah. Well, we've all collectively agreed that there are a lot of movies that our very own Rachel needs to watch. One is definitely Coming to America. And
that's the biggest one.
That's the big one. She has not seen the first one. We have to have her see it before the second one comes out. You know why? Because I tweeted a while back, and you can find it, at YDAAK on Twitter, that Rachel didn't, I just said, I have a friend of mine just told me she hasn't seen Coming to America. And apparently everybody chimed in on that one with outrageous gifts from Coming to America.
Oh, man.
And it was just like, I don't know how to explain this. I'm sorry. Like,
so many quotable
scenes from that one.
We went to a whole text thread of just people putting their favorite quotes from the movie, like as if they used them in everyday life.
Yes.
And we were just agreeing with 100% of the movie,
which is
everything in that movie is just quotable.
So crazy.
You count how many times we quote that movie? Jesus,
like it's ridiculous. So then, just when we thought it was over, one more person even chimed in at the last second.
Like a couple of days later.
Yeah, like a couple of days later, and I was like, "See, it's a phenomenon. I don't know how you grew up and you could not have seen that. Like it's a part of history." So hopefully when part 2, which apparently Amazon owns now, the rights to it, it's global distribution.
I mean, Amazon has a lot of money.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to buy up the good stuff.
I don't think that's going to affect like the quality of the movie because they literally got everybody back.
I hope this doesn't disappoint. How many years is it?
It came out in 1988. So do the math, Jerry. Quick math. Let's go.
At least 32 years. 33 years, right?
30. Yep.
We're getting Z on the show. We needed somebody that could do math better than Jerry can.
Jerry's over here pulling out an abacus.
Yeah.
Is this gonna work?
I don't know. We'll see when that game comes out. When that movie comes out.
Yeah, the game.
Yes.
Coming to America, the game.
We'll see when that one comes out.
It's a dating sim. You get to sow your royal oats.
There's actually a lot of information out there that dropped today about different franchises, from Black Panther, or in the Marvel at least, from Black Panther to Deadpool, Stranger Things, and we're going to get all to it, of course. But let's start off with the big one that I wanted to touch on, which is the Black Panther. That's terrible, Jerry. That's terrible. Black Panther 2 is set to start filming in July of next year. No real word on if they will replace Chadwick Boseman, who passed away tragically this year, or if they will write around him. The only sources say, and we got this from IGN, is that Shuri's character will have a more prominent role in the movie. So what do we think this is going to be like? What do we think they're going to go with?
Well, we're still not 100% sure if Shuri got lost to the blip, right? They never confirmed that, right?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because technically, all we saw was her walk through the portal with Chadwick and Chadwick, the Black Panther, and I forgot what's her name. I keep wanting to call her Michonne. Oh my god!
No, you're talking about Okoye.
Yeah, Okoye. Thank you. Yeah, they walked through the portal together, and then that's it. That's all we know. So we don't know if she's been gone for those 5 years, or if she taken up the mantle for those 5 years. So technically you could do a whole thing where she takes up that mantle in that missing time, and then Chadwick comes back, and then maybe we can talk about recasting or just giving her the full-blown
the title.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I personally, I want them to recast, and it's nothing against Chadwick. I mean, he did an amazing job, and he's an amazing actor, and I feel like you would want that story to be told of the Black Panther, because I think it's just so impactful. And it's just a big part of the MCU, and just, I think, culture in general. And so I wouldn't want that to get lost. But the question would be, who would pick up that mantle?
Yeah, me and Aaron, we talked about this earlier, and I was saying, like, if they sped up the timeline a little bit, and I said Idris Elba as an older T'Challa.
And I agreed on that one. I could see him.
I could see him too. He could probably look the part. I don't know about his voice, but maybe he could work on it.
I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it.
And then just do a proper send off,
Yeah.
So I saw either him or I think the actor's name is Tandwa Kani. He's the one that plays the younger T'Chaka in the Black Panther movie.
Yeah, that's right, because we talked about that too.
Yeah, because I mean, he's an actor. He's familiar with the universe and the role and everything like that. I could see him, sliding into that. J Lap in chat gave us a link to show that Shuri's poster was posted up on Endgame, saying that she was missing. So I think she did get snapped in that, and but it's all, I think it's kind of all speculations until Marvel.
Shuri can be missing if she's under
curious
under the title of Black Panther.
Well,
they just don't know who she is.
She's there now, so I mean,
I don't know. I think you could probably retcon it, because that's just a detail that could just, it's marketing stuff. It isn't.
It definitely, yeah, they can spin it any way they want.
You can spin it. I mean, for like what's going on and stuff, and all the events and stuff that's happened, I think that's a fine, like, that's a fine excuse, for the reasons to rewrite it that way.
And
I don't think it would hurt.
so with the next Black Panther, there's no real big information on it. I mean, a lot of people want to see Namor introduced in there because if you've watched Endgame, you saw that there was a little nod to some type of seismic activity happening underwater near Wakanda, and people are like, "Oh, that's Atlantis. That's Namor," you know. And
There he is.
historically in the comic books, they already have the Atlantis versus Wakanda storyline where they've been at odds with each other. So it kind of seems like that's where it would head to, you know, that type of situation. And I'm not 1,000% sure on how Shuri becomes Black Panther, but I don't believe it was over the death of T'Challa. So I can't see them doing anything where they actually kill his character off.
I wouldn't want him to die in a movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that either.
The thing is, like, I know they don't want to CGI him in their movie.
Yeah.
Me and Aaron, we talked about it. Like, they could probably use somebody in that suit and maybe do like something with that.
Dub over his voice.
Maybe a dub over his voice, and but see, I don't know. It's just like, how do you? I mean, I personally say recast. Like, again, like you said, it's nothing against Chadwick at all. You know, he's an amazing actor and everything, but it's kind of the same kin as Spartacus. When you had his actor, Andrew, when he passed away, and they recast him with somebody. I know it wasn't for me personally. It didn't feel like the same thing, but it was just like the story, kind of, you know. It was a story that should have been told. Still, you know,
it needed to be told.
And,
and with that situation, Andy actually went and gave his blessing to the, I think the actor, I forget his name, that played that after him.
Mhm.
And he told stars and all this stuff, like, I want the show to be done, you know, keep doing it if I don't come back. To be able to film and stuff, he was like, tell the story, it needs to be told. Because I watched the documentary about his battle with leukemia. Very sad.
Damn.
It's just like, and he was like, no, he wanted them to do it. If he wasn't able to come back for season 2, because you know they did the season 1.5,
which I enjoyed that. I actually liked that. With the dude with the 2 swords and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wanted the rest of the story to get told. They were just trying to hold off enough to where he can get to a point in his treatments and stuff where he can come back, but ultimately it didn't happen, and his cancer came back.
Well, I know there's going to be a flood of leaks coming out because as soon as they hit the set and they're going to start, you know, filming, those cell phone cameras are going to be up. And they're going to be
yeah, hands down. That's going to happen day one.
Yeah, they're going to be snapping
Leaks
away
everywhere.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see. You know, this was the first year that we got no new Marvel movies, no Marvel shows. Like, we're marvelous. So it's
wow.
In a time where we need heroes the most.
Wasn't even tried it. You know who came out though? The DC heroes. And
a time where we needed heroes. None of them came out.
We had Mulan.
In a time where we
terrible. They also dropped that new trailer though, or not new trailer. They reiterated the same trailer over again. Zack Snyder for the Justice League. Speaking of heroes,
couldn't even get 3 seconds into that new trailer.
Bro, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Jerry. So Jerry, you've been reading a lot more comic books, if anything, but you've been staying on the DC side, right?
Yeah.
So,
DC, man.
like, why haven't you gone to like Marvel stuff?
I feel like it's very overwhelming to do another, like, going to another side real quick. Like, just like me, I want to learn the most I can in like one area, and then maybe eventually I'll go to Marvel because there's just so much.
So seeing the DC universe be put in a cinematic way, have you had any thoughts towards that, like the Justice League trailers and everything like that?
The Justice League trailer, there's a lot of hype to it, and I don't want to be let down with the first Justice League movie that came out. They came out with. But what is this? A 2-parter, 3-parter?
I think it's a
I don't know.
4-parter, isn't it?
4 parts.
What?
Yeah, dude. They're this is a mini
Well,
series.
Yeah, dude. They're
I
like each like an hour long.
well, this better be like
Yeah.
blowing my socks off. Like it's
See, that's the thing.
better be.
I mean, it's going to be a very controversial stance that I take for the DC hardcore fans, but I feel like it's not one, and the movies aren't good too. Like Batman versus Superman, to me,
Yeah.
wasn't a good movie.
It was meh. It had good scenes.
I read another article that said Zack Snyder mentioned that I think it was 150 hours or more than 150 hours or minutes, excuse me, minutes were unseen. So you're telling me that the rest of the film is spliced in video from shit that we saw already? Like
I think it's the
like
original mixed
math
with.
is adding up.
It's the original movie mixed with the cut stuff and reshot stuff. So it's just gonna be.
So let me, because I want to JLap in chat right now. And if you haven't joined our chat, of course, every Friday, 7:30, twitch.tv/before you log off, so you can chime in on these conversations. But JLap in chat says that Snyder doesn't respect the source material for the DC universe. Now, I think that it's just his input or his take on what he thinks. It's just like as if he was writing one of the comic books. But I don't think that changing their characteristics and their characters to that degree makes for a better movie per se. I think the stories that you put them in that challenge their characters and their characteristics are what will make for the better movies. If you're in to comic books now, as of late, a lot of the storylines that we haven't really even seen in live action movies for Batman are challenging like Batman's philosophy of he never kills anybody. You know, is Batman actually better for Gotham City? I mean, has crime rates gone down? Has the city actually been better? You know, these are things that have never been actually addressed in live action movies. It's always an origin movie, or it's always a villain of the week movie. You know, like we get the new villain that comes and does stuff, but like a full blown 1.5 hour or whatever to 2 movie set around challenging the ideals of that said superhero. You know, I don't understand why, and that's all in the, you know, mythos inside the comic books, and there's plenty of them that you can go on. And they're saying in chat, it's like, is there more crime in Gotham because of Batman? Probably.
Yes.
Cause and effect.
Because there were no real villains before.
No, there was the mob and stuff.
Yeah.
Remember,
that's
They
for the
just
police.
didn't have a mask on. That's all
just
it
for the
was.
police.
I think you're thinking there were no like costumed villains. Like there were, yeah. And that's okay. So then what's worse then? If you have the city with a whole bunch of costume villains that's, you know, crooked and corrupt, or you have a city that's just with the mob, like the mob runs everything.
The mob.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, you know.
So I'm thinking like I think that's the dilemma, or that's the storylines that I would like to see them go, you know, instead of just the same old stuff, you know.
I want to see them just deputize Batman. It's just him and Jim Gordon as partners. Buddy cop movie now.
Yeah, but then I mean, how's he go about
buddy cop movie?
But now he's legit, right? He's just a detective.
But then he can't. He's under the laws.
Think of it like Watchmen. You know how they had the masked vigilantes, and they were like still cops. They just all hid their faces, and they were still beating the shit out of people and
Yeah, I
doing
mean,
all the vigilante stuff. Just basically, they deputized vigilantes
I think
and
then
did make them
they
abide by the laws.
you're just watching Watchmen. Then that's basically what you're doing. You're just
Maybe
watching
that's what
Watchmen.
I need, Aaron.
And you think Batman's gonna wait for a warrant to clear so he could break into somewhere?
Yeah, rules don't apply to him.
Nah.
Rules
He's got a shiny badge.
1,000% apply to him if he's under the badge. That's
But
why he
see,
doesn't
Ed,
wear
they
it.
don't know what he looks like.
And that's the other thing. They would
that's the
probably
thing.
need that to go back too. Like we need to take a picture for your badge. We need to do all this stuff. Yeah.
Mask off, please.
All right.
Just five Batmans just walk into the thing like, hey, what are you doing it?
Let's switch back real quick to Marvel because we got some Deadpool 3 apparently is in development with the sister screenwriters behind Bob's Burgers. I've never seen Bob's Burgers, so I have no idea.
New sister.
Bob's Burgers is pretty funny. It's not bad. I've watched I want to say 3 or 4 seasons.
I've only seen that crossover with Archer.
Yeah.
I think I saw that one time. Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Like a clip or something like that. That's what I saw.
That's all it is. It's just a small little thing.
But I guess a more exciting news that comes within this is that Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige is on board with a new movie. So are we getting Deadpool now in the actual Marvel Cinematic Universe?
MCU?
Yeah.
Did he make it big time, guys?
I think so.
So the rumor is that Ryan Reynolds approached Marvel with a Deadpool kills the Fox X-Men universe.
Ooh. I'm all right with that. And does he then he just travels to the main Marvel?
That was the pitch. Apparently Ryan Reynolds, that was his pitch, is he went with Deadpool's gonna kill this X-Men universe. And who knows what happens after that? But I think that'd just be a fun little FU to
Deadpool kills the X-Men
cinematic universe.
Speaking of the Fox, while we're on this Marvel thing, because I watched the New Mutants, and as anybody that's a listener of the show will know that I'm an X-Men fan, and I could not stand the Fox X-Men universe. And so when I saw that this was out for streaming, I had to watch it, just to put all the Fox movies to bed, just so I can justify my disdain for all of them. So this one is, I mean, it's comparable as a movie that feels like it should have been maybe a 30-minute episode of something that should have never been in the first place. So the New Mutants basically were not a replacement for the X-Men in the comic books. They were just kind of
going to be their new franchise.
No, this won't be a new franchise at all. I mean, it kind of ends so in the movie, I won't spoil, too much for it, but they do mention the X-Men in the movie. They talk about Professor X. They say how they think they're at their facility to be trained to be X-Men. That's one of their theories, is maybe we're here to be X-Men, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, you're not. You're terrible. But the only character that was interesting was none of them, actually. I'll tell you the truth. Sorry. There's none of them were interesting. I tried. I tried. The characters were boring. They try to fake as if they were wild teens. They're crazy powerful in the comic book rights, and they try to at least do a little bit of that on the movie aspect. Like the character Magic, she can create portals, and she has like the soul sword and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden she has a dragon out of nowhere that was a puppet at one point, and then all of a sudden now it's a dragon. It's Lockheed, which is an actual character in the in the Marvel Universe.
Shadowcats?
I believe
Anybody?
both of them have it at one point, or he rolls with both of them at one point. I can't, fully.
Now, is this like a little dragon?
It's a little tiny. It's the little dragon. It's like Kitty
Yeah.
Pryde's little
Yeah.
the one you're imagining. Yeah. It's Lockheed.
Okay.
Yeah. Because at
Well,
first,
it's the Fox universe.
Mushi?
They take liberties of.
well, because at first is what they tried to do is they had it as a hand puppet that she was using, and she kept calling the hand puppet Lockheed, and I was just like, really, we're just gonna substitute, this character for a hand puppet? But then she starts to use magic at the end, fighting the big fight at the end, and the hand puppet turns into a real dragon. And I'm like, all right, okay, I guess that's just how it works. That's just how it works here now. All right.
That's how it is.
Smash.
So they did some nods to other things in the movie, and I can see where they were trying to, but what it felt like was a movie that didn't want to commit to being a horror movie, because they would do a lot of build up to things that were supposed to be like maybe a jump scare or maybe really terrifying, but then when you looked at it, it was just like, this is bad. I can see the zipper on that guy's costume right there. What are we doing?
It's terrible.
Was that bad?
It was bad CGI. It was just not, the characters were boring. Like, you really didn't feel connected to any of the characters, like, at all. And then I also felt the romantic involvement between two characters felt a little like phoned in. Like, no, not forced, but just kind of like,
It's here.
Like, we have this. Like,
Yeah, you two should kiss.
basic. No, yeah. Yes. Because, like, literally you'll see in the scene that the characters, that when they do kiss, it's like that. It's like, I got two action figures now. Let's make them kiss each other. Like, yeah.
Do you
But
think it's because of the reshoots?
it's a hands down because of the reshoots.
Like, yeah, it's horrible.
It's hands down because of the reshoots. You don't really get to learn too much about anybody's background or anything like that. And I don't know, it just wasn't good. And then I believe her name is Ileana Rasputin Magic. I'm sorry, whoever that actress was, that was a bad Russian accent. That was just terrible. And it breaks multiple times throughout the movie. It breaks. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm glad to see this ship sinking, and I don't ever want Fox to do it again. So, welcome to Marvel X-Men universe. Let's do it all over again. So, but right this time.
Deadpool's gonna kill the X-Men universe.
I hope so. I hope so. I would really like that. That'd be a good sending off and a good nod to all the fans that hated those movies. So yes, Deadpool, you have everyone's permission to kill them all.
Oh man,
I'm just thinking of that end credit scene where he did go back and killed the original Deadpool with no mouth.
Killed that guy. Killed the Green Lantern.
Ryan
Before he read the script.
Ryan Reynolds. Yes. Yes.
Kill
Like,
himself.
just do it all. Do all of that stuff.
I just hope that they support him, and it's not Ryan Reynolds doing this on his own.
I think they
Ryan
will.
Reynolds for Deadpool 2, and I think even a little bit of Deadpool 1, he was like promoting everything himself. He paid like some of the crew and the cast members out of his own pocket. Like, Ryan Reynolds did so much to get that movie off the ground.
Didn't he have someone do a favor? Just, dude.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, Brad Pitt. Yeah.
He bought him coffee and was like, I'll do a cameo for a cup of coffee or something like that.
And it was just like 1 second of him.
Yeah.
He's got the money though. He's filthy rich. He just bought a soccer team. Or him and the dude from It's Always Sunny. No. Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, nice.
Always Sunny?
Yeah, him.
Sunny Day?
No, him and Mac.
Mac?
Yeah, him and Mac.
What? No way.
Yeah, they just bought I believe it was like a 5th tier soccer team though. Not anything. In Wales as well.
Throwing his money to anybody he wants. He bought that cell phone company and he owns Mint Mobile, and he's doing his own shit.
He has his own gin.
Yeah, so he's got money.
Yeah,
he's got money.
tons.
This is in. He just bought BYLO, everybody. He's definitely.
Hold on.
Would sell in a hot second.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
I can't believe he just. Wow. He's into buying fifth tier things, apparently. So
Just like to say, Ryan Reynolds bought our company.
Yeah, there it is. All right, cool. So there you go. This show now is brought to you by, what is this thing? His gin?
Right.
Aviators. Yeah, aviation gin. There you go. I was about to say Seagram's, but that is definitely not.
That is
Taking it to a higher level.
That's terrible. Man, that's terrible. All right, what else we got? We got some GTA stuff happening. Apparently, and this is all kind of, I feel still speculation because there's only like a 10-second trailer out there of this thing, that there's going to be an island update.
A new island.
Like a new private island on GTA, a new heist called the Cayo Perico heist. I'm probably saying that all wrong.
Kokomo? What?
You can run it alone. You can run it alone up to 3 friends. Your mission is to infiltrate the guarded location and make off with evidence, as well as art, gold, and drug money. So a new land, a new place to actually go, which is what were you gonna say?
Is it gonna just be just for a heist, or we could just explore? Or are they gonna have property we could buy there?
As far as I can see right now, it's just a heist.
Yeah, that's all I saw. I was like,
that's fine.
That's 3,000 times more what they've done for Red Dead. Yeah. So clearly they're just done with developing for Red Dead, and they're like, this is what we're doing.
They got in trouble.
They need to bring zombies.
Not paying those employees that overtime and working them to death for Red Dead. That they were just like, you know what? Fine, we're not going to touch it anymore.
So then, but I thought I literally figured it'd be the same people.
I thought they're gonna put GTA on the back burner and support this way more.
Yeah, maybe you keep a small group of GTA for like
do little events.
Yeah, little events and stuff like that. Little small stuff that you can do monthly or something like that until you come out with a gigantic update for Red Dead, and then then you can go back, switch back and forth or something like that.
I was on Twitter last night and GTA was trending, and a lot of people were like pissed off, like, oh shoot, you guys are just releasing new updates for online instead of releasing a release date for GTA 6.
But do you want one already?
GTA 6?
Yeah.
Aren't we due for one? Instead of GTA 5 being right next to Steven?
It's crazy, man. Grand Theft Auto here. I'm a free guy. It's just
my God.
I'm an NPC in this Forza game.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could deal without a GTA for a minute right now. I don't need a new one because it's like you're starting all over.
I could wait until the middle of the year, or not year, the lifespan.
And then where
you can release a GTA?
Where are you even going? Like
Vice City, back to Miami.
All right.
Obviously, West Virginia, Aaron. Yeah. The same thing as
where else can it go? Back to London? They haven't been there.
Well, that was a rumor for a while, as they were talking about going to London again.
But that was the first one, right?
Yeah,
that was like a sequel esque. It was kind of a weird release, because I remember that came out. It was like GTA 1, and then they had that GTA London like out of nowhere, and then I feel like almost immediately GTA 2 came out.
I never played the first ones, really, the top-down ones. Like I never sat down and got a full long playthrough.
Those were good.
Those were pretty fun back
Those
in
were
the
pretty
day.
fun. Yeah.
Okay.
The kill frenzies were the best.
I remember that, killing frenzies, and you were able to walk around burping, farting at people.
Yeah. And that's how you get people to try to fight you.
Really?
Good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's good.
It's good stuff, man.
Well, I don't know. You'll have to wait for a little bit longer for this one. Now they only did a small little trailer. More information is going to pour out. We got ours from Engadget. But they've already done like a ton of stuff. December 15th, apparently is going to be the release date for this one. So it's not far off, not far off. There's a lot of, there's a lot of speculations though. I know when it comes to this one, especially with the new consoles and everything coming out, like what is it going to be like a loading screen when you go over there? Or are they just plopping some island someplace off that you can explore, like you said, Steven?
There.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they do that with the casino? Because I don't remember the casino being in the regular game.
I thought
It was there.
No, it was there. You just couldn't go inside.
It was there already? I don't remember it being in the actual game.
Yeah, no, you just couldn't go inside. That's all it was.
Oh.
The building was there. I remember it.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. But then again, we got to the casino DLC like years after it freaking came out.
Yeah, dude, we were late on stuff. Just like Sea of Thieves, there's a bunch of DLC on that one that we haven't got to, and we got to go back to that one.
Yeah, we do.
What else we got? Stranger Things is going on with some news. They're dropping some cast lists. You got Freddy Kruger. He's going to be there. Mr. Robert Englund himself.
Englund?
Yep, Robert Englund.
The bad guy.
Wow.
Really? You think he'll be the bad guy in this one?
He's always a bad guy.
Yeah, he's gonna be the nice neighbor.
Yeah.
He's always plays like the weird character that's like, stay away from that guy. He's either gonna be like, they're gonna focus him on being a bad guy, but then he'll turn out to be like
The savior.
Yeah, or he's just gonna be obviously like a crazy scientist.
I mean, they might too, because I know they're doing the Russian experiment stuff.
Striped sweater.
Yeah.
I swear.
Terrible. They won't go that. They're not gonna do that much. They're not gonna. He said if he wears a red sweater, they're not gonna. That's too on the nose.
Come on.
That's way too on the nose.
You know what? They probably would do some shit like that.
That would be terrible.
Shit like that.
What's the purpose? Like, why?
He gets his face burned. I don't know.
Good Lord.
No, well, I don't think they'll go that far. They'll put an homage to it. Because when is this taking place?
I don't know. We did
in the 80s now, aren't they?
I thought we were already in the 80s. I thought the last one was like 80, 81 or something like that.
Oh, it might have been, but now
Late
they're in
80s.
the late 80s. So,
Yeah, because
Lady.
it says Stranger Things season 3 was set in the 80s, because they had a lot of 80s references in there for like the Terminator. What was that? Raiders of the Lost Ark or something like that. Die Hard.
Nightmare on Elm Street was 84. So
Really?
they can straight up throw some Nightmare on Elm Street stuff.
Just put more Endless Story on there. That's all you got to do. That's what gets the kids going, right? Hey.
Yeah, like
Sure.
Terrible. Terrible. Yeah, I don't know. There's no release date on it just yet, right? Everybody's just kind of dropping information on who's going to be in it and everything like that. And
They're teasing. They're just slowly teasing.
And theoretically, they're just going to have the, of course, the cast that reprise their roles come back again. So.
Yeah, and they're full blown adults now. Swear to you, those kids are like
these kids grow.
It's got to be high school. Like, it's got to be them in high school for this next one. Minus, who moved away at the end? Sorry, spoilers, everybody. Will
moved away.
His family moved away, right?
Yeah.
And it's about time, though.
Everything bad happened to him.
Yeah, it's about time.
Get out of here.
His whole character is getting fucking picked on.
The kid will never again be the same. Like, he hands down will never be the same. West Nile in chat says Will, Joyce, Jonathan, and Elle. And she doesn't have her powers in the way. Yeah, she moved. She moved with them. Yeah, who you think she's gonna stay with? It boy.
I thought Mike was gonna be getting it in.
Wow, no, they're children, sir.
He's in high school.
Come on.
They're children. Yeah, no, they. So that family moved away. They're moved on. I don't know. I don't know what the next one is gonna be. Minus, like, we saw at the end of season 3 that what's his name? Hopper. Hopper's still alive. In like some Russian prison or something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, they'll show more experiments.
Trying to get jobs.
I think that's what they should go. Just go high school, show them trying to live their life on. I mean, they're down to 3 people left, but, of course they're going to bring them back. They got to go back to the little town. So, or maybe they find some way to use those portals to travel around the world. That
I could see them using those portals to get like closing distances, kind of like again with Lovecraft. They use that underground tunnel to get hundreds of miles away.
Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna do the same thing.
That's the season that I can't wait to hear more information on. Let's
Season
go with
2?
season 2 of Lovecraft Country, man.
Lovecraft Country.
Can't wait for that one. But those actors and actresses are going to be doing other things, like Ant-Man for
Kang?
Yeah, he's going to be Kang the Conqueror. Majors, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors? Am I saying that right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's John Nathan.
No, Jonathan Majors. Yeah, that's the main. That's
Jonathan.
Atticus. That's Atticus's actor. So
that honestly, John Majors sounds like an actual superhero name.
Yeah.
So when you said that, I was like, yeah,
he's already a superhero.
Yeah, I can already see him being the Green Lantern. If they're doing Jon Stewart,
it literally fits.
Just let him do it. Let him do it. What was the last thing I had for us here? I think no, that's it, everybody. That was the show. Yeah, unless anybody watched Animaniacs or The Mandalorian.
We'll talk about The Mandalorian because that show.
So last episode, let's not go too much into spoilers, just in case somebody didn't see it. But that last episode, in my opinion, was straight filler. That show,
in comparison to the last, like, what? How many was it? This was episode 4, 5.
This was episode, yes, 4. We'll say 4.
I don't know if it's 4.
Yeah, that was episode 4.
In comparison to the last 3, were just fire. Those were just straight fire episodes. Everything that they did was dope. The first episode, even though it was like still side quest, it was dope because they brought you information of a character that.
Yeah, but it was leading to something. Those episodes were kind of leading to something that I feel I feel the entire internet though was waiting for that something to be revealed on this next episode that we just saw, but we got nothing out of that.
It's gonna be the next episode.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Like it was. I don't even know if you could say it's necessary. I guess it is kind of necessary for the things that they discovered in that episode because it kind of makes it more of a grander story now. You know what I'm saying? Because with Mando finding the log that happened, finding about characters that he didn't know were alive and stuff like that, then that's bigger and grander, and now it's very interesting.
Story progressing. That's what it is.
I find this hilarious trying to talk without spoiling.
I know.
It's tough.
Just watch it, guys.
You know what? Yeah, you watch the damn show. That's what you need to do on your Fridays. You watch Mandalorian as soon as you can, and then you tune into our show at night.
It's tough because there's a lot of things to talk about with characters, and like saying that characters from season 1 reappear is not really terrible. But Carl Weathers directed this episode.
He did.
Yeah, he did. He did a pretty good job on this one. Yeah.
And you know what? Missed opportunity. He should have had Mando and another certain character walk up to each other and be like, "You son of a bitch."
That would actually have been that would have been good.
With that buff chick.
Yeah, and then that's it. Just throw that in there for the internet.
So that's the other thing. Speaking of that quote unquote buff chick, Jerry, I
forgot her name.
I can't. Gina
Carano.
Carano. Yeah, I don't.
In the movie.
I don't.
In the show.
Yeah, I don't know what her name is in the show. I can't remember that one. But they do kind of allude in that episode, like her story might go a little further than what it's been before, too. That's the other thing. And
I think you're gonna get some more of her backstory later on.
But think about any character in that whole show. They've kind of gone a little bit into some people's past, but the show has mainly been around Mando, right?
Mando
So
and Kid.
when would they ever? That's what I'm trying to figure. Like, if she kind of goes a certain way, would they ever like just go straight towards her character and be like cut back and forth? We haven't got any of those in this.
Yeah, like
in
a
this
whole
show.
episode dedicated to somebody's backstory.
Yeah,
type thing.
we've always stayed around Mando the whole time.
See, this is what you do, right? You just start getting all these side characters, these cameo characters, right? And you start building your team for the next Star Wars show. That's just fuck it, just call it the Marshals, and then you get God damn it, what's his name? Timothy
Oliphant, yeah, I knew you were going there.
He was a marshal. You get Gina Carano, who's a marshal in this one, right? And you just do a straight up like series on them. Just like get a whole group of so-called side characters that are making these cameos with Marshall. And then you press off show.
They got a universe. They definitely have a universe where they can make that, and they can come up with a whole bunch of. Yeah, they've got enough source material to do that type of stuff. I just don't know if they will, because they're focused in the next one, of course, on Obi-Wan.
Yeah, but that's only going to be a limited series because they're only going to do like one season.
True,
so far.
Very true. I mean that's fine. Because it would have just been Mando. It would have just been. It's gonna be Mando. Because if he's protecting baby Luke,
it needs to be.
It's just gonna be Mando.
Get away from anything with the movies. Anything that has to do with the movies, besides little nods to either places or events that happen, get away from any character. Don't. I don't want a Han Solo thing. I don't want anything to do with the Skywalkers, Rey, any of those people. Just straight up new characters like the Mandalorian, and throw them in a universe and make a brand new story. And give me more of the world.
I'm kind of tired of prequel and in betweenquel stuff.
Yes.
I wish they would tell the stories past everything that's happened now. Like, I mean, I guess theoretically, since where they had it on this last episode, where they're in the outer worlds or the outer rim of the universe, and not too many people go out there. And I guess the overall events that happened in these last movies don't touch that type of stuff. They can go and tell stories out there because, none of the lore is out there, but none of the bigger characters are out there, So
because it's the aftermath of the original trilogy.
And that's cool. That's fine. Show me where the world is after the Empire's fallen type of thing, and what are these characters doing on these little no-name planets that nobody really cares about and stuff like that. And then,
like I'm always thinking like Moff Gideon has to take orders from somebody higher than him, right?
It's
somebody. Well, if you go chronological order, right? Technically, the Emperor Palpatine's still alive.
Now, yes.
The last trilogy.
So,
right?
But if you've seen the last,
if you've seen the new
trilogy, then
Palpatine's back. That's
spoilers.
It's been like 2 years.
Whatever.
And it's on Disney Plus. He's back. That's not a secret. So that there's some type of hierarchy in that the Empire.
The Grand Moffs. That's what J-Lap is saying.
Above the Moffs, there are the Grand Moffs. What the heck is that?
Yeah, are you into the Grand Moffs?
His name's Moff Gideon.
Now he's a good actor and a good villain on there for sure.
He's always
that evil guy, but he plays such a good bad guy.
He does, and that's why you're gonna see him in Far Cry 6.
I still call him Gustavo because of Breaking Bad.
He's Gus. He'll always be Gus.
Yeah,
and that kind of sucks because now he's kind of typecasted, but he knocks it out of the goddamn park every time.
Yeah, he kills it. He definitely kills it every single time. But I don't know. I guess that's what I'm saying. I just want to see the future of Star Wars as opposed to these in-betweeners and stuff like that. Because I think I think it gets muddled up and kind of muddy whenever we get into the in-betweens and stuff like that. So
Well, I think there's stories that they can do in the Star Wars like lore, the legends as it like
Star
that's
Wars
far
legend.
enough back
mhm.
where it won't have an impact on the stuff that happens in the future. So like one-off stories. So you can do stories about certain Jedis that is just like them during some old Republic bullshit. You know what I mean? Like you can tell those stories that won't have any influence on
They could just
like
pick
later
part of
events.
a timeline and stick with
Yeah,
it.
and you can. It could be done, but yes, I want to see what like after this new past trilogy that come out with Ray and Finn and all of them. I want to see what happens after that. Like, where does this leave the rest of the universe now?
Yeah, because
Like,
I feel like anytime that the story is told from the movie's perspective, that's just a small piece of something that doesn't touch on the larger problem of everything. And then at the end of the movie, there's still a big conflict out there. It's just now the Jedis and Sith are cool, or they've kind of cooled off and they're not fighting or anything anymore. So it's like let's pull the camera back a little and look at the entire galaxy and see if there what else is out there. Let's see what else is out there.
Yeah,
yeah,
what's Jar Jar Binks doing? Huh?
Let's not find out what Jar Jar Binks doing. How about we leave that alone?
Misa gonna go to the grocery store.
Yeah, he needs to. He needs to
It's
go.
like
What is he
Misa
doing?
gonna go to the bathroom.
That's terrible. And if I guess that was it.
Misa gonna give her the Disa.
Terrible.
That is terrible.
What do we got? We got anything to promote before we wrap it up and the podcast section, everybody?
Yeah, if you haven't already, please hit that follow button. Listen to our other podcasts we got. We got Hello Insomnia.
Hello Insomnia. Yeah, we're the final episode will be out soon. We'll just say out soon.
Yeah, out soon. Yet, but
It's a whip work in progress.
Did you make that up yourself?
Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion didn't help me.
That's terrible. We also have his Dark Materials, our podcast for Dust called Dust Watch. We're on episode 2 of that one for season 2. If you're watching this show, it's kind of like a companion podcast. You can listen. Now you can't listen along with it. You watch the episode, you listen to the podcast. That's pretty much what you do.
After a week, because for some reason,
you don't need to wait a week. Just go watch it now.
All I'm saying is, guys, you should listen to it. There's so much that I need to yell at both Aaron and Emma about.
Not for me, sir. Not for me. There's
you just need to hear me yelling like a madman.
There's I'm hey.
But it's good stuff and it's entertaining. Yeah. Follow us on Twitter, if you guys want to see updates.
True.
2 things. I don't know where we're at with like the merch stuff or anything.
That's still under construction.
But it is definitely under construction.
Yes.
And it's
merch on the way, websites on the way.
Twitch, the website's on the way. Twitch.tv. You guys can come and check us out every Fridays, and we're also streaming Mondays and Wednesdays as well. And then December 5th, I think it is, we're going to be doing what I perceive to be, I believe, the final episode for the first one-shot series, Mystery at Salem Academy. Depends on how our cards are played. It might be the second to last episode. We'll see how it all goes. But it is becoming we're getting to the climax of the story, I believe. And it's getting really intense there. And I can't wait to play that one on that Saturday. I believe it's the 5th. Yeah. Like December 5th is the next Saturday on that one. Because we got holidays and coming up. So,
Yeah, holiday season is going to be a little bit weird. So we don't know yet if we're going to be doing certain shows. Or if some stuff may have delays. We'll see. We're still working out the kinks. But just, follow us on Twitter so we can give you those updates. Yeah. Or join the underground. We got the Discord.
Yeah, we got the Discord too, where you can go ahead and post your game picks, your memes, talk about a whole bunch of other nerdy things like,
Even
I don't know.
play video games with us sometimes.
Yeah, and even play video games with us sometimes. It's actually a pretty good community that grew way bigger than I thought it was going to when I started it with only 11 people in there, which was literally just intended for me to get kind of like a census for playing Jeopardy with you guys on the show. Or not Jeopardy, Family Feud. I was gonna do that. And actually, I wonder if I could still do that in there. I have to figure that out. I don't know. So, we'll work some kinks out. Jerry, is there anything you want to say before we log off?
Yeah. Stay indoors, stay safe, wear a mask outside. Yeah.
Very good. Very PC.
Don't get the Rona. Yeah.
Very PC. Steven, anything you want to say before we log off?
Yes. You guys, I know the holiday season's coming up. Some of you may or may not go travel and see family members. Just take precautions, be safe, and we appreciate you.
So
know that.
Wrap it before you tap it, people. All right. For the internationally known Steven Gutierrez.
Hey, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for. No, you're good.
What?
The man of a million memes, Jerry Pixelated P.
What happened?
I was starting putting the pixelation over his face every time we do that.
They're just doing the robot. What are you doing?
That's terrible.
I don't know. I thought it.
That's horrible. All right. I'm Sir Aaron Carter saying that is enough internet for today.